Alright guys, so today is a real quick video, and I mean quick as in it's going to hopefully be in under 2 minutes. So starting off, I'm going to say that these are my opinions on what it is to be a teacher in Japan. Real quick, and it's only one general opinion. So, with that being said, personal space, shyness. When you're an English teacher in Japan, not knowing, not understanding, not fully grasping the situation of being an English teacher, you have to be very, very careful. That specifically with the Japanese students, there is only so much that they can handle, as in quality time, if you will, with the English teacher. That's me. Or you, depending if you're a teacher or if anyone else. You have to learn that there is such a thing as personal space, especially coming from an American culture or a Western culture where the idea of camaraderie, that sort of like hugging and holding hands and, giving good, fist bumps and clasps on the back and that kind of stuff is an invasion of personal space, invasion of privacy, things you have to be very careful about. Luckily, I have not broken those per se. I've tested the limits and the boundaries that certain students have, but they're the ones that have been extremely open and then have done that to me also, to see if they're ready and willing to have that emotion or that feeling reciprocated. So I've been successful so far. But you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very understanding of the situation. If the air around you during a conversation starts to feel really heavy or sort of trembling, that's because they're afraid or they don't understand what's going on. So you have to be very, very careful with them. You have to understand that not all students are the same. And of course, especially Japanese students are going to be very, very difficult to understand or to handle in those situations because you don't know how they're going to act or how they're going to react or who they're going to tell. So you have to be very, very careful. And I'm still working on that. Luckily, nothing has happened. No one has said anything. I haven't done anything terribly wrong. I'm just saying these as my opinions and as partial facts also. You have to be very careful. That was one of the number one things that they told us in the training. And here at the end of the day, everyone's doing clubs. I'm catching up on some work after helping out with some clubs and just hanging out and doing some of the stuff for field day or their sports day. It's difficult. It's difficult to change. It's difficult to manipulate. It's difficult to assimilate, if you will. You gotta be like the Borg. You will be assimilated, kind of thing. You have to assimilate to the culture, to the ideas, and to the understandings of the children you're trying to teach. Because even though you're American or Scottish or Irish or British or whatever, wherever it is you come from, you have to understand that there are limits and boundaries that cannot be broken within a day. You have to wear them down, you have to wear them over time, and you have to help them understand that you're not the big bad American, you're not the big bad Jamaican, you're not the big bad whatever. You have to let them know that you are open, that you are friendly, that you are kind, and you are courteous. You are obedient, you are cheerful, you are thrifty, you are brave, you are clean, you are reverent. That was the 12 points of the Boy Scouts. Luckily I know them, luckily I can actually handle most of them. I think that was all 12. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Those are the 12. I think I missed a couple. But anyway, those are the 12 points of the Boy Scouts, and they can be very helpful to you in any culture because you have to understand what it is to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent in their own aspects of the culture. Keep those in mind, and as always, if any little thing I've ever said or done has brought a smile to your face or chuckle to your heart, then my purpose has been served. So I will see you guys later, and hopefully you learned something.